What's up guys, it's Dylan with E7 Music School, and today we're going to be going over another full song. I figure since last week we had that heavier, more advanced song, that this week we're going to go over something a little bit easier to play that will be good for pretty much any level that you're on the drums for. So even if you're like all the way advanced, you can still take this and you can play it however you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and break it down bit by bit for you guys so you can see it, and let's just get into it. So if you like this one, just be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and then we will hop into it right now. Going over the main beat for pretty much this entire song, we're not really going to stray from it too much. We're going to be doing the same beat for most of the verses. There's a slight change in the chorus part that we'll go over when we get there, but for right now, let's just go over the main beat. The main beat's going to go like this. Sweet, so actually diving into that, here's what we're going to do. So let me do that a little bit slower and then I'll break it down for you guys. You would start this off with the crashes. So in the beginning, where you hear that guitar riff come in, we crash with the bass drum. But I'm just going to go ahead and say bass where that happens. So bass and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare, and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. So let's just do that in a couple sections. So let's do the first section first. Bass and snare and bass, bass, snare. So that's and snare and bass, bass, snare. Okay, so now we got that first part down. Now let's go over the second half. So we're going to do bass and bass, snare, bass and bass, snare, bass and bass, snare. So from the beginning, bass and bass, snare, bass and snare, and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare. One more time. Bass and snare, and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare. Cool. So right after we do that, we just have to finish it off with the last little bit, and here's how you do that. So that's going to go and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass, and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. So that and that we start out with is really important, because if we miss that, we're going to be off in our timing on this next part, okay? So and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass, and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. So let's talk about this drag really quick. So when I do the drag, I'm doing it with the bass drum. So whenever you have the drag go with the bass drum, you want to make sure that both your feet are doing opposites, right? If you're dragging without the bass drum, then your feet come up at the same time, and then you can close it with the bass on the next beat. But since we're doing it with the bass drum, our left foot comes up and our right foot goes down, so that we can do those at the same time. So just remember that your right foot goes down or your left foot comes up, or if you're a lefty, your left foot goes down and your right foot comes up. So that drag bass is going to be bass, bass. Because it goes bass, bass in the song. So I just say drag to remember where the drag goes. Drag, bass. Just remember that the drag goes with the bass. So now that we have that part, let's just go ahead and put that drag with that last little bit that I showed you already. And bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. And bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. And bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. Speed it up. And then at tempo. So let's just go ahead and put all of that together for the beat. So, bass and snare and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. And that last bass we kicked brings us back to 1. Bass and snare and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass and snare and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare and bass, bass, snare, drag, bass. Cool. So now let's talk about the actual structure of this song now that we have the actual beat down. So we're going to do this 4 times, and on the 4th time that we come back to that drag bass, we're going to do drag, crash, drag, crash. So let me just go ahead and play that now. 2. And 3. And 4. Back to 1. Sweet. Or you could count that as 5. Technically, that would be 5. Another important note, I'm not actually counting the exact measures. If I was going to count the exact measures here, technically we would already be in 9, like the 9th measure. But since this beat that we're playing takes up 2 full measures of the song, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, drag bass, 2, 3, 4, drag bass. So it takes up 2 measures. But I don't want to count it like that. I think it'll be more beneficial for us if we count the actual beat instead, so like how many times we do the loop of the beat. So this would be the 4th loop that we do that crash on, coming back into 5. So one more time at tempo. 1, 2, so now we're in this 8th measure with this fill. Let's just go ahead and check out the 8th measure on its own. It's going to be played like this. Bass and snare and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare, bass, bass. Bass and snare and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare, bass, bass. So it's very similar to how we play the other measures, but the ending is different. So all this is the same, bass and snare and bass, bass, snare, bass and bass, snare. But instead of doing the and here, we're going to do bass, bass. So bass and bass, snare, bass, bass. And then we have this fill. So I'm doing this right, left, right, right, left, right. And you're going to hit the bass drum with that drag, and you're going to hit the bass drum with the crash. So it's right, left, drag, right, left, crash. Right, left, drag, right, left, crash. Okay? Just like that. And then at tempo. Is how you would do that. So let's just go ahead and put that with all of those measures that we already did, and we will continue on with the song after that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that with music. Just going to start out at the very beginning of the song and then play all that we have so far. right there, you saw me play pretty much the same beat. This time at the end there's a different fill, but let me go over this verse for you guys. So basically, same beat, it's just a matter of which measures we drag on. So if you remember how we counted those 8 in the beginning, we're going to do the same 8 measures here, but this time we're going to drag on the first measure. We're not going to drag on the second measure. We're going to drag on the third measure. We're going to drag and crash like we did in the beginning on the fourth measure. Then we're not going to drag fifth measure. Then we're going to drag sixth, not going to drag on the seventh measure, and on the eighth measure we're going to have a fill, and that's the new one. So let me just go ahead and play that for you guys right now. So we have that fill. 1, 2, no drag. 3 has a drag. 4 has that drag crash. 5, no drag. 6 has a drag. 7, no drag. And then 8. And then on that fill in 8, we're going to start it out the same way as we did that first fill, but this time we're going to do a different one, and it goes like this. So it's just 6 hits on the snare. And you crash at the end. So here's that 8th measure, a little bit slower. So a tip I have for counting these fills is to not count all of the hits and just count your right hand. So if you know that there's going to be 6, then you can count with your right hand only and do like 1, 2, 3, and just make sure that every right has a left that's after it. And that can work even with doing odd numbers too, like 7. So if you're going to do like 7, for instance, then you know you do 4 right hands, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you're ending in an odd number, then you don't have a left hand after that 7, right? You just stop on the 4th hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, because we're doing even numbers, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can count 1, 2, 3. And just know that every right hand is going to have a left hand because it's an even number. So that's all that I have for you guys today. If you want to get the rest of the song broken down, there's a link in our description for the full song breakdown on our website Teachable. So if you're interested in that, I would go for it. There's a couple fills that we're going to be missing if you guys don't pick that up, but even now, like, you know pretty much like most of the song. So if you want to go ahead and play it on your own, that's fine, but if you really want to know what the drummer's doing, then you're going to want to pick up that video. And while you're there, you might consider becoming a monthly member because it's just awesome. You get access to all of our songs instead of just buying the one. So if you ever want to learn different songs, if you have an eye on a different tutorial that you really want to finish, go check that out, and I'm sure you guys will love it. But like I said, that's all I have for you guys today, so I will see you in the next one. And yeah, just comment whatever song you guys want me to do next. Like, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you soon. Peace.